Energy flow. In this video, you will be learning more about energy flow in an ecosystem. So, sun is the main source of energy of the incident solar radiation. Less than 50% of its photosynthetically active radiation, around roughly about 2 to 10% of PAR is captured by the plants. Only a small fraction of the stored as organic compounds is transferred to the consumers. The rest is used up by the plants for its respiration and other life supporting activities. Green plants in an ecosystem are called producers. The flow of energy is from the sun to the producers to the consumers, and it is unidirectional. Now, how does this energy flow in an ecosystem? Let us now look in the food chains. So what is a food chain? Food chain is transfer of energy or food from the producer through a series of organisms. Now there are two kinds of food chains. One is the grazing food chain and the other is the detritus food chain. Now let's look at grazing food chain. It's a common food chain where producers are eaten by herbivores, herbivores by carnivores, and later by the higher order carnivores. Producers constitute the first trophic level, consumers occupy second to fifth trophic level, and as you know, decomposers operate at all the trophic levels. Now let us look at some of the examples of terrestrial food chain. Grass, goat to man. Grass is eaten by grasshopper, grasshopper by frog, frog by snake, and snake by the peacock. Other example would be grass, grass to the insects, insects to the predatory insects, insectivorous birds and the hawk. Vegetation, it could be grass or it could be leaf or it could be a plant or anything eaten by a rabbit. Rabbit eaten by a fox, fox is eaten by a wolf and wolf is eaten by a tiger. Now crop is devoured by aphids. Aphid is eaten by ladybird beetle. Ladybird beetle is consumed by insectivorous bird. Insectivorous bird by hawk. Phytoplanktons by zooplanktons. Zooplanktons are eaten by small crustaceans. Small crustaceans are eaten by water insects. Water insects are fed upon by small fish. Small fish is eaten by the large fish. Now the large fish can be either eaten by kingfisher bird or it can be eaten by a crocodile. Now aquatic plants. Let us look into the aquatic plants. Now if we are looking in the aquatic food chain, there are two types of predatory food chain. One is based on the phytoplanktons and the other is with the aquatic plants. Now let us look with the aquatic plants. Aquatic plants are eaten by the tadpoles and herbivorous fish. Herbivorous fish by small carnivorous fish and small carnivorous fish by large carnivorous fish, and large carnivorous fish is eaten by the crocodile. So if you look at the aquatic food chain, it will either begin with phytoplanktons or it will begin with aquatic plants. Now, so in the detritus food chain, it's a food chain supported by dead organic matter. More energy passes through detritus food chain than any other food chain, and grazing food chain acts as a conduit for the starting of the detritus food chain. Now let us look at an example. So detritus, which could be the waste material or the dead material, and then that is devoured by the earthworms. Earthworm is eaten by sparrow and sparrow is eaten by the falcon. Look at the differences between GFC and DFC. Now in the grazing food chain, it is based on the energy got from the sun. Detritus food chain is based on the energy present in the detritus. Detritus food chain is the first trophic level where the organisms are producers. Here in the first trophic level, organisms are the detrivores and decomposers. In the grazing food chain, it binds inorganic nutrients into organic matter. In detritus food chain, it releases inorganic nutrients bound in the organic matter. Now, in grazing food chain, it adds energy to the ecosystem. In DFC, it prevents the wastage of energy bound in the organic matter. Now, GFC provides organic matter to detritus food chain and detritus food chain provides inorganic nutrients to the grazing food chain. So, they both complement each other. What are the biological principles derived from the food chain? Complete food chain must have producers and decomposers. The energy is got from outside. Size of the food chain. There is lesser wastage of energy in the shorter food chain. Shorter the food chain, greater is the energy obtained and the loss of energy is very less. Eat and to be eaten. Food chains are based on the process of eating and being eaten. Size of the population. Population size generally decreases with rise in trophic level. Longevity and size of the organisms. Except for terrestrial shrubs, trees and some herbivores, individuals of higher trophic levels generally are of larger size with a longer lifespan. Operation at different trophic levels. Different organisms occupy different trophic levels depending on their food chain. Let us look at the trophic levels. Based on the source of nutrition, organisms occupy a specific place in the food chain which is called the trophic level. Producers belong to the first trophic level. Herbivores, they are also called primary consumers, to the second trophic level. Carnivores or secondary consumers to the third. Carnivores can occupy from 3 to 4th or 5th trophic level, forming tertiary consumers and quaternary consumers respectively. Final trophic level is occupied by decomposers. That is what we say. But actually decomposers are found at each and every level of the trophic levels. Because wherever there can be a death of the producer, there can be a death of a primary consumer. So wherever you see these decomposers have to be present at all the levels to break down the dead and decaying matter and release the nutrients back into the reservoir. Energy decreases from one trophic level to the other from the base. Now this is how the energy flows through different trophic levels. Each trophic level has a certain mass of living material at a particular time and it is called as the standing crop. Standing crop is measured as biomass in terms of fresh weight or dry weight. In a grazing food chain, energy gets restricted as energy transfer follows Lindman's 10% law, which states that only 10% of the energy is transferred to each trophic level from the lower trophic level. So if you see here, from the sun, only the heat, that is photosynthetically active radiation, to an extent of 2 to 10% are taken up by the producers. When the producer is eaten by a herbivore, a lot of energy, only a small amount of energy, that is only 10% gets into the herbivore. The remaining is lost in the form of the heat, which is dissipated as heat and it is unavailable energy. So if you look at each and every trophic level, major amount of energy is lost in the form of heat and only 10% of energy will be passed on to the next trophic level.